Well, hi, good evening to all of you. I'm Bradford Becker. Welcome to Red Barn Radio. Now in our 24th year of broadcasting, tonight we present Roots Music Southern Style, episode number 925. It's a good number. Yeah. Eric Bolander has been active on the music scene for many years. He writes thoughtfully. His songs have staying power. He brings to the stage the same joy he brings to his students at the high school where he teaches art. While Eric's songs celebrate life's best moments, his lyrics also face head-on the challenging parts of being human. Eric hopes through sharing music about life struggles, he can help others going through a difficult experience too. Eric Bolander's most recent collection of songs is called Old Tattoo and was released a couple of months ago. Glad to have you back, Eric Bolander.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm just over here frantically getting my stuff together. I should have done that like 5 minutes ago. So we're going to play the title track off that album, Old Tattoo. I co-wrote this with Nick Jamerson, so I was pretty excited to get that opportunity.
evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio is Eric Bolander. He's recently come out with his latest album called Old Tattoo. He just played that cover tune from that song. Eric grew up in the Ohio Valley in the small eastern Kentucky town of Garrison. His dad passed on a humble and compassionate work ethic, which became a driving force for Eric to achieve his goals in subsequent years. Eric now lives here in Lexington, Kentucky, and divides his time between writing, playing, and parenting. By day, he's teaching visual art in high school. Eric always brings a great band to Red Barn Radio, and this week's no exception. Seth Murphy's on cello, John Ferguson on keys, Kyle Mullican lead guitar, Josh Thompson on bass, and Mr. Ben Caldwell on drums. So glad you can be with us for what I know will be a great evening of music and conversation with Eric Bolander. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, thanks so much for having us.
Great to have you back, buddy.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. We were trying to figure out if this is the third or fourth time, but it's definitely the third time. Yeah, yeah, I think that's right. So you would know more than we would.
Maybe if my memory serves me.
Unfortunately,
correct.
Kyle Mullican is not on lead guitar tonight.
Oh, tell me.
That's my fault. He could not make the trip.
And so
if I play any leads, I don't want the listeners to think.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have 5. I introduced 6 people, and there's only 5 on stage.
He's here in spirit though.
All right.
So he counts.
All right.
We're gonna play pretty much. I believe we're playing the whole record, right, guys? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're playing the whole album. We got a few other songs too, but this one's about my little girl. You mentioned my little girl, Ava Kate, and I was sitting on the stoop in my front porch years ago, just kind of noodling around, and we had a special moment. She was smelling these flowers, and this older gentleman walking by asked her if she liked those daffodils, and she's like, "Well, these are flowers," you know, and it was kind of funny, and we chatted about types of flowers, and I just wrote a song about that moment, and then it turned into my legacy as a father, and hoping that she gained something from me and the rest of the folks around her. And but this song's called One More Ride. Cruising around on your pink bicycle, trying not to fall. Had a helmet on your head, needed one for my heart. While you playing in the daffodils, wondering if I'll have the will to tell you you'll be fine. One day when I leave this world, I hope that you will stay the girl that wonders why, oh why. Oh daddy, please let me take one more ride. It's looking like it'll be dark soon. Let's go and bandage your arm. It only hurt for a few. I promise to do no harm. While you're playing in the daffodils, wondering if I'll have the will to tell you you'll be fine. One day when I leave this world, I hope that you stay that girl that once. Why, oh, why? Oh, Daddy, please, let me take one more ride. While you're playing in the daffodils, wondering if I'll ever will to tell you you'll be fine. One day when I leave this world, I hope that you will stay that girl that once. Why, oh, why? Oh, Daddy, please, let me take one more ride. Cruising around on a pink bicycle. Cruising around on a pink bicycle. Well, can't be a guy with a guitar and write songs unless you write love songs sometimes. So that's what this one is. It's called Strawberry Moon. It was a strawberry moon late last night. You had me in the morning. This felt right. The country was singing through the back porch light. Each and every sound was coming through the screen door, facing that rose-colored moon. Gunship was cruising. We'll be there all right. Oh, hold me closer. I don't want you to roll over. We ain't done. Hold my body tight. Hey, maybe after we can swing to the coyote laughter. Would you rather stay up all night? Oh, would you rather? Well, the strawberry moon said goodnight to the howling bugs and the werewolf fights. The night air brings such a welcome sight. The sun came up through the black oak trees. We could smell the hen just like candy. Rest up to mama. Oh, what a night. Oh, hold me closer. I don't want you to roll over. We ain't done. Hold my body tight. Hey, maybe after we can swing to the coyote laughter. Would you rather stay up all So I've done a couple song co-writes over the years. I mentioned Nick Jamerson doing the title track with me, and this next one I wrote with my buddy Nolan Taylor. He's an exceptional songwriter and even better vocalist, really. He's just incredible. So I'm glad we got to put this one on the record. It's a song called Why. Why'd you lie to me? Why? Did you want me? Why? I feel like I'm gonna knock over these mics and everything. This song's called Wild and Free. I feel like that's all we really strive for, right? Be wild and free. Travel, well, I'll see you there. Thank you so much.
Hey, folks, Eric Bolander is our guest on the program this evening, him and his band.
Tell him the name.
It's so good to have you all back here again. You know, Eric's latest album is called Old Tattoo. He started with that song, and he's also playing this album, these songs in sequence. So whether you realize it or not, you have just listened to just over a third of the entire album live. So hope you're enjoying it. I know you will. I know you'll like listening to Old Tattoo. I wonder if Eric, if you wouldn't mind sort of going back to that song and talking a little bit about where that song idea came from. You obviously have a fondness for tattoos yourself.
Sure.
Yeah. No, talk about the idea of the
like
song.
I mentioned, it was a co-write with Nick Jamerson, and, and we got together and was kind of running through some ideas, and neither one of us came in with like a partially finished thing. It was just this concept, what we want to write about. And we was like, well, something as common as, falling in love too young, or getting in a relationship, or even a job or something like that at a younger age, falling over some barriers and picking yourself up, learning about that and moving forward, and how some of that seems like a very detrimental point in your life, but then 5-10 years later, you're much older, you're much more experienced, and it seems less of a worry and less of a hurt to you, and it fades away. And we were talking about that concept of fading away, and we were like, well, some old tattoos can fade away, and that's a very visual thing, to see. And so then we kind of ran with that concept of like, whether it's regret or just learning pains, growing pains, etc., those things can fade away. You don't necessarily always get to choose those. And that's kind of where the old tattoo analogy came in.
Nice idea.
Yeah.
It makes sense for you too as an artist, somebody who
By no
teaches art.
means did that have, was that the foundation of the album. It just became the title track as we were putting it together in the studio.
Yeah.
And the visuals came along. Jimbo Valentine did a great job on the album cover design, and my personal tattoo artist, Stu, here in town at Charm Life, he did an alternate version based on a line from the song.
All right.
So it all kind of packaged itself, really.
I like that. And I really like that you're playing your songs in sequence. Is there a significance to the sequencing of the songs on the album?
I think so. I mean, some of it's a little out of order, but for the most part, the first track we're doing last.
Yes, right.
Or toward the end, but and then Old Tattoos later. But it's close to the sequence, but the sequence is very important. Anybody that's a musician listening or watching are nodding their heads right now, because you spend way more time on it than probably anyone ever cares. But it's the sequence of the tracks on the album are always important, even though we live in a kind of singles culture now, quick streaming and things. But nonetheless, there are still folks out there really yearning to listen to a whole album, and I think the vinyl resurgence that's happened over the last decade or so is because of that yearning to like sit down with something physical, and that's when it really is important. Your side A and side B, and how it begins and ends and flows. That's a lot. You put a lot of effort into it. A lot of input from the guys, and Dwayne Lundy, who's our producer and engineer. It takes a lot, to get to that point.
So when you're sitting around sort of deliberating about what song's gonna follow number 2, what song's gonna follow why, what song's gonna follow Wild and Free, are you thinking mostly musically what would make sense to happen next for a listener, or are you thinking more thematically?
I think probably sonically first, musically first, and then, kind of these ups and downs and broader areas, narrow areas. But then lyrically, I think it's pretty important. The overall context of the song, what is it? Even just based simply on the titles can help you get to that. But, is this something very dark and heavy and sad or whatever? And then am I bouncing back with maybe a love song or something that's hopeful?
Yeah.
Those types of things definitely go into play. And then I think always feel like your first and last tracks are pretty important, setting the tone, and then the last track, how you're going to leave that last note with somebody. How are you leaving the conversation with the person listening to you?
Right.
And that's how I feel about when I'm picking the last track. So.
And what might make them take the stylus and just return it right to the beginning?
There you go. Right.
Again,
yeah.
and do it all again.
Gotta get all those spins right.
Although good turntables these days really aren't the automatic ones.
Sure.
Right. You got to manually.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So I wonder if you could talk about your. Let's talk about your early life. Pre-Lexington, pre-Ava, pre-Moorhead.
A lot of blurs there.
So good. Let's go back to Garrison. And
I grew up
talk
in
about
a
the
small
landscape
town.
of that? Yeah.
It's the foothill of Appalachia, northeastern Kentucky, Ohio River Valley.
Whereabouts?
Close
Places.
It's west of Ashland, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
We're not far from 45 minutes to Ashland.
Okay.
We border Greenup County.
Yep.
In that region.
What was your family doing there?
I mean, that's both my mom and dad's side family grew up in that region. My dad was a carpenter, construction worker, and so he traveled a bunch for work. But a lot of folks were traveling out of that region. There's not a whole lot there. There's like 600 or 700 people, sometimes 500, depends on what year you're doing the census. So it's a small town.
So he would spend, like weeks away.
No, not necessarily. I mean, he traveled driving for work, but not.
Yeah.
He didn't like to stay away from home, but
leave early, come home late.
Construction in southern Ohio and eastern Kentucky and West Virginia and a lot of places like that. Cincinnati, Lexington, some. Depends on where the work was,
Did he pass on any of those skills to you?
A few.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm handy-ish. I don't want to tell anybody I'm handy because then they'll be asking me to do things, but I'm handy-ish. Like I can fix a few things here and there.
Yeah, I'm handy-ish as long as somebody doesn't ask me to fix their
I know
toilet.
enough about carpentry to get myself in trouble.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever heard people say it that way, but
yeah.
So I kind of feel comfortable doing that kind of stuff. He definitely did pass some of that down, and the best thing he passed down was his work ethic. It's like if something's important to you and it's good enough, then you should be able to work hard at it.
Yeah, and
that was always something that didn't matter how we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and it didn't matter. Like you're going to work, you're going to do what's right, and you're going to work hard at whatever you're trying to do.
So talk about how that played out at home in terms of his parenting. I know he took off and went to work, and you saw him go off to work, leave early, come home late.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah,
but,
crack of dawn.
Yeah.
And
What
get home
about
late.
what about the stuff that you feel like really sort of touched you on a day-to-day basis, living with your dad?
For me, is his ability to always worry about us, my mom and my older brother and sister and me. It never felt like, at least externally to us, that he was too worried about himself. He was always worried about making sure we had what we needed, make sure we're taken care of. It was a good example of how to be a person, and you can be a strong masculine person, but also be empathetic and kind and caring, and choose moments to have a soft voice. And I had that example from a man who was not raised like that. We had 7, I think, was that 6 or 7 siblings, and my mom had 5 or 6 siblings. So, I mean, they grew up in really large families, moved off, married very young, and started work, basically 17, 18 years old. So for him to come out of an upbringing like that and have the love and kindness that he shared for us and my mom as well, and real important to mention how well he took care of my mom, and seeing them love each other and be in love with each other. That was a great example. I know there's plenty of folks that don't grow up with that.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for that. We might have not had money, but we had plenty of love in the house.
That's one of the secret sauces of nostalgia, right? Is
that
love
totally.
in those relationships.
I don't know if we got off topic there, but
not at all, not at all. So were you rural, or were you? You said Garrison was a small town.
Very
were
rural,
you in the town,
no
or were
red
you
lights.
sort of in a rural area?
I mean, sure, we lived in town, but
Uh-huh.
I didn't live in the holler.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I mean, it's essentially all the same there.
So it wasn't remote. You had neighbors and.
Yeah, we could walk, down the road and hang out with our buddies and stuff. Sure.
And what'd you guys do as kids? What kind of things?
Rode our bicycles, went fishing, played on four-wheelers, played summer league baseball.
Spend a lot of time. You spend a lot of time in nature.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think when you grow up in a rural area, regardless of what region you're in, I think that becomes a big part of your life. At least, especially in the 80s and 90s. You know, electronics. We played like Nintendo and stuff like that, and at friends' houses. But that was like a nighttime or weekend thing. You know, it was always like a balance between spending time there and then going out and just making stuff up to do. You know.
What part of your childhood, when you think about Ava now, she's you know, pushing up toward middle school.
Oh no.
And yeah, I know.
Yeah,
right. I know. Let's not think about that. but what kinds of memories do you have of your childhood that you'd like to be able to share with Ava? And for instance, do you bring Ava back to Garrison? Has she?
Oh yeah,
back
she
to
stays with
spend
my
time?
mom, Mamaw. You know.
Oh, nice.
And my brother has several children, and she gets to see her Aunt Kay and spend time with my family back home. Plenty, you know, a few weekends a year, and then I try to at least get 1 week of the summer. I'll take her and let her spend. I want her to see that, and even though that's not how she's growing up and necessarily, I want her to see that side of who I am and that side of who my family is.
Yeah.
You know, living in a rural town and everybody looking out for each other and, you know, really caring about your neighbor and that kind of stuff. Not that people don't do that in the city.
Well,
Lexington's a great place, which I live in northern Richmond now, but I'm still a Lexingtonian, you know. But it's a different atmosphere, and my daughter's growing up essentially in Lexington, going to school here, so she has a great place to grow up and learn a lot of different experiences. But for her to have that as part of her upbringing is very important. I think.
That's a gift.
Absolutely a gift.
That you
That's a good way
bring
of
to
saying
her. Yeah, fantastic. Let's just go then up into your high school years, and I'm kind of curious to know when music came into play for you.
Well, I mean, I always loved music, and I had friends. My best friend Kev, he was in bands all through high school, and he's actually my freshman year in college. He's the one that taught me how to play guitar at first.
His name again is
Kevin.
Kevin, okay.
Yeah, Kevin Thurman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I mean, he's always been in bands on and off and playing like heavy metal and hardcore. He's in a hardcore band called Buried Truth right now. But I was super into that. I just didn't pick up a guitar or try to really do anything because I didn't have a confidence that I could. Like, I'd sing around the house. My mom's like, "Oh, you could sing," you know. Like, it's like, well, yeah, but everybody's mom thinks they can sing, right? And I think I've told this story a bunch over the years, but yeah, I just didn't have that confidence. I always had the interest. And then freshman year of college, I was at Morehead State before I left for Lexington, and that year Kev showed me a bunch of chords and how to read tablature, and I figured out I had an ear for it. And singing came later. I mean, I always kind of sang along with stuff, but I didn't really try to sing until I was in my 20s.
And so did you know early on in your life that you could like match pitch, for instance?
That freshman year of college is when I figured that out.
Ah.
I did choir my senior year of high school, but unfortunately I did not take it serious. I was in there because my girlfriend in high school was in there. And it was, you know, an easy class, and I was a curmudgeon. I didn't take it serious, you know, and then now I'm an art teacher and I'm a musician. So
Yeah.
who would have thought that, you know, but yeah, so the early years of me learning guitar, and I figured that out, that I could start finding pitch, and then I would learn some cover songs, and at this point now I'm in my early mid-20s and started a cover band and playing some like 90s and early 2000s stuff and rock, mostly rock music, and then learning from there. You know?
Yeah. Eric Bolander is our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio. He's here with a band, as you know, and we've got a lot more music to go and more conversation. Let's get back to some music with Eric Bolander and the band.
That's right. Can't say my band name, but you can just look it up. If you go to ericbolander.com, check out the band name. Well, I do write a lot of sad songs. You can ask John back here. Every time I start writing new music, he's like, "Oh, great, another sad one." But this one's kind of it's less about heartbreak and more about just a situation that never comes to fruition, but more importantly, the realization of the situation prior to anything kind of moving forward. And but yeah, a song called Grand Rapids. Will you see my face when I look at you and think of you every day? Is this even real, or a manifestation of all I feel? Am I alone out here on my own? Can you see my face? Now we're on the phone. Are you all alone? Or is he there in my place? I'm all alone. All alone. When you hear your voice and it sings to me above all the noise, let me make this clear. I know this will likely disappear. Am I alone out here on my own? Can you see my face? Now we're on the phone. Are you all alone? Or is he there in my place? All alone. All alone. Follow that one with a love song. This one goes out to my girlfriend Monique. It's kind of our origin story, I guess. Called Slow and Steady. On a late night in Red River, watching you smile, stay for a while. Me if I would remember the night air around us took hold of and found us wanting the same damn thing. Take it slow and steady. You ain't what I got used to. Hold my hand now, mom, know it's heavy. Let's make it the whole night through. The whole night through. Thinking about last myself go, letting this take hold of me. Just leave me be. Now look out for that big mountain, that yellow dress, such a beautiful mess to me. New beginning. Take it slow and steady. You ain't what I got used to. Hold my hand now, mama. Know it's heavy. Let's make it the whole night through. I hope we make it the whole night through. Take it slow and steady. You ain't what I got used to. Hold my hand now, mom. I know it's heavy. Let's make it the whole night through. I hope we make it the whole night through. Thank you. Doing it live, everybody, doing it live. All the mistakes delivered directly to your home. It's called Through the Dark. I won't go. I won't go. I won't go through the dark, in the dark it's waiting. I won't go. Well, it started in a little bus station just on the outskirts of town. Needed to know, the more you need the low, longest be left around. Know you then live safe and sound. I won't go through the dark, in the dark it's waiting. I won't go. I won't go through the dark, in the dark it's waiting. I won't go. Never thought I'd see this frustration just when I'm getting this down. The further we go, the more you need to know. I'll turn this car right back around. I'll turn this car right back around. I won't go through the dark, and the dark is waiting. I won't go. I won't go through the dark, and the dark is waiting. I won't go. I won't go through the dark, and the dark is waiting. I won't go. I won't go through the dark, and the dark is waiting. I won't go. Well, it started in a little bus station just on the outskirts of town.
Hey, before we get on with more music with Eric Bolander and the band, I'd like to take a moment to remind listeners that Red Barn live streams, both tonight's and on any Wednesday, remain available online for you to view and listen to at your convenience, along with live audio streams, compliments of WGAD.net in Central New York. Red Barn Radio merch store is open. I want to tell you that, in case you don't know. You can show your support for our program by getting some RBR swag, like the RBR coffee mug, which I typically display, but don't this evening. We've recently added some new items, including a 3-panel fleece hoodie available in white and, of course, classic RBR black. It's great on cold mornings, so check us out while the cold mornings are still here. Merch. You can find a direct link on the Red Barn Radio main page, our Facebook page, and on our weekly newsletter. Click the link for a fun way to support the show with official Red Barn Radio swag. And be sure to share with friends, won't you? We'll not be live streaming next Wednesday, February 11, but we will return in full force on February 18 with a special solo acoustic performance with our good friend Joe Troop. Joe Troop is a multi-instrumentalist, singer, and songwriter hailing from North Carolina, Piedmont. He's one half of the acclaimed Pan-American folk duo Larry and Joe, who were with us a couple years ago. And he is also founder of Grammy-nominated string band Che Appalach. His music is deeply inspired by a decade living in Buenos Aires and traveling throughout Latin America and the world. Joe has collaborated with artists you know, like Tim O'Brien, Bela Fleck, and Abby Washburn. When not on the road with his musical soul brother, Raleigh-based Venezuelan folk music legend Larry Bellerin, Joe also leads North Carolina-based bands The Truth Machine, Bluegrass for Social Justice, and a Latin jazz-inspired folk rock group called Whirlwind. Joe Troop is coming to Red Barn Radio February 18. I hope you'll tune in. I know you'll love the program. Now let's get back to some music with Eric Bolander and the A-Holes.
Let's do it.
All right. So much fun to say that.
We're going to bring the room down, if that's okay, and then we'll lift everybody back up later. This goes out to my niece who passed a couple years ago, but I won't let you go. Smells like Teen Spirit blasting on your headphones like a long lost religion. Music's all you've known. Know you've had your worries and gave it all your best. All I could think about, we laid you to rest. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. I won't let you go far from home. All we have are memories and tales from a different time, and all was careless and simple, and peaceful was your mind. Now go be free of your demons that kept you up at night. Go be free with the angels while we hold your children tight. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. I won't let you go far from home. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. I won't Dean. I'd just like to say, if you know someone's struggling, family or not, reach out or help them reach out. And, suicide's a hell of a thing. And, yeah, just be there for folks, or at least help them, guide them in the right direction, So, here's another love song. I'm all about hope, It's called Is It Gonna Rain? Honey, when it's cold outside. Let me start that over. Honey, when it's cold outside. My bad. Honey, when it's cold outside and it starts to rain, can you hear my voice? Can you ease my pain? Why don't you come inside? You can dance and sing to the sound of my voice. Tell me, is it gonna rain? Well, if my sin remember all that was said in the back room of the cabin on the hill, with the smile that replaced the memory that I had, I can't seem to forget. Honey, when it's cold outside and it starts to rain, can you hear my voice? Can you ease my pain? Why don't you come inside? You can dance and sing to the sound of my voice. Tell me, is it gonna rain? Well, it must have been December when I cried out your name from the top of that hill. Well, the world felt so simple underneath our feet. We had to ground ourselves. Honey, when it's cold outside and it starts to rain, can you hear my voice? Can you ease my pain? Why don't you come inside? You can dance and sing to the sound of my voice. Tell me, is it gonna rain? To the sound of my voice. Tell me, is it gonna rain? Oh, can you hear my voice? Tell me, is it gonna rain? At least we're not live, At least we're not doing it live. It's so funny. I have trouble finding the key of that song more often than I should. So back in the fall of 2019, I believe it was, there's a mining company, coal mining company in eastern Kentucky, in Harlan. They filed for bankruptcy and then left their workforce, owing their workforce several months of pay. And those men and their families staged a protest and camped out on the railhead, keeping the last load of coal from leaving. They'd locked the gates with chains and wouldn't let them back on the property, and basically just told them to leave them alone until they figured out when they could get them paid. And it went a long time. There's a lot of folks that went down there to give them food and water and help them out. And I was just moved by that moment of just humans being humans and taking care of one another, even though somebody with a lot more money and a lot more power was taking advantage. And I wrote this next song. It's called Cold Men. No, it came out on the previous record we did, but I wanted to play it for you guys. Cold Men. only side the coal mine's the top side. Fresh air, family. You spent your whole life living on the short side. A puppet on company strings. You take all of your wishes, your thoughts and your prayers, and all the whispers of cold men who just don't care. Cold men just don't care. A young girl for the dreams and aspirations. She sees a daddy full of pain. She wonders if the family seeks salvation, and why are the bills not paid? And take all of her wishes, her thoughts and her prayers, and all the whispers of cold men who just don't care. Cold men just don't care. Take it away, Seth. Take all of your wishes, thoughts and your prayers, and all the whispers of cold men who just don't care. Cold men just don't care. Cold men just don't care. Daughter comes to shows a lot of tons of different people in this region, and they come to a bunch of our shows. And
Nice.
she mentioned to me once, I think the first time we played at full band, gosh, it was like coming out of the COVID era and doing some like distance shows and things. We were inside the Burl, maybe a live stream thing that a couple dozen people, and they were there, and she came up crying after the set and told me that she was that little girl in the song. And I was like, oh man, you know, it like just blew me away. And I told her it did, but I don't know if she really realized it. Maybe thought I was just giving her lip service, but it truly did blow me away that something like that, you know, could resonate with someone in the middle of that type of, you know, situation. But so, yeah, I think it's had a cool impact. My friend John Grace, who's the tourism director in Bell County, and he does Laurel Cove Music Festival and all kinds of other stuff. But back when it was going on, he was putting on a fundraiser and asked me to play it. I was like, absolutely. I think me and the local Honeys and Dave Shoemaker and some other folks played that one, and I just didn't feel right playing it without writing a song about it. You know, I didn't grow up in coal country. I grew up, you know, a lot of construction workers and people, you know, traveling for work, but close enough, derivative of it. You know, I was aware of that industry, but just thinking about what if that happened to my dad. You know, he was the financial person in our family, and 3 months without pay. I mean, I don't know if anybody else in this room could go 3 months without their pay, you know?
Yeah.
And so it just struck me, and I was like, man, I don't feel right going here without writing a song. So I did a very poor solo version of it because I just finished it a couple days prior to the benefits. It was only a couple weeks out. So, but it, you know, we worked at it and woodshedded it and put it on the record, and I was happy with how it turned out.
Well, you should be, yeah.
I'm proud of it, you know, not that I grew up with coal mining in my family. I'm proud that I could put something together that connected with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, in that way.
Well, it's amazing. You know, you talk about your dad, and you know, we were talking earlier, and you said, you know, like something something about your dad that had such an impact on you was the way that he cared for all of you, and it sounds like you sort of are bringing that around too to the people you work with, and also in your profession of teaching.
Yeah, sure.
I wonder if you could talk, since we're both teachers, I wonder if we could talk teaching a little bit. Could you speak to that a little bit? What are some things that you feel you bring from teaching to this art? The art of making music, the art of performing.
Was this 35, 40-minute intermission here? Is this
right. That's right. Yeah. Just,
no, I mean, I could probably give a TED talk.
Yeah.
On just that exact question. Just basically, a lot of it's circular. I feel like for most of us, if not all, it's what you're influenced by and what you're influencing without knowing. But for me, in terms of being a visual arts teacher and sharing that passion of the arts with students, sometimes that's all they need is someone to just care about them, whether or not you're teaching English, math, whatever. They just want to see an adult in their life that cares. And many of them have perfectly wonderful parents and families too.
Sure.
But that extra person that's encouraging them to explore the arts and try to create on their own, and maybe just for the sake of creating. Maybe it doesn't have to have them. It's not monetized. It's not, trying to get on TikTok and YouTube and all the things to earn money. That's fine, do your thing, but just to give them a space to be like, hey, who cares if you screwed up? Try it. We got more paper. We got more canvas. We got more paint. Just go for it and do it. Just put that effort into it and see what you come up with. If you screw it up, cool, do another one. It's that freedom. We don't have a lot of spaces as adults with that freedom of just screwing something up for the sake of trying something, and being an art teacher, or sometimes even music teachers can find places within their space to do that too. But I think visual arts offers that pretty direct. So I think taking that into what I'm doing is, just the carelessness of it, and like, what, let me just try this, and if it doesn't work, I'll move on and try the next song or whatever it might be. I don't know if I answered that question, but
well, you said a lot there, and I love that that in a classroom you create an environment where people are not afraid.
Yeah,
right.
That's the goal. I think as an art teacher, you have a little more freedom. You have less strict academic curriculum that a lot of your other teachers have, and it gives you that space. They were a studio class, we're a project-based class. Come in and get these materials. We have guidelines. We have a prompt, et cetera, but nonetheless, you have wiggle room within those guidelines.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about AVO and talking about devices and how things have changed as kids have turned more toward electronics. You reflected on your childhood, which was essentially electronics free, aside from your Nintendo games and whatnot. Is your classroom an electronics free zone? Do you
not necessarily
urge kids to get away from their phones?
Well, the phone situation, the kids legally can't have their phones out anymore.
Yeah.
Across the state, but of course that isn't always the case. But so that kind of took the argument out of our hands. But in terms of, I've got some like independent and AP kids who do digital work, and they'll work on their tablets and they'll bring them in. And of course, we have other things where we're looking up contemporary artists and reading about, or not reading about them, but responding about them. They have some questions to answer and things. But I don't speak negatively of digital art. I also do digital art. I do graphic design type stuff and some digital illustrations and things. And I know AI is a whole nother set of conversations in the same way that Napster was probably. We're at this new realm of technology that we can't, legislation's 20, 30 years behind, and it's like a replay of Napster in the early 2000s again, right?
Right.
It's just a different form of it, and it's kind of that on steroids. But nonetheless, that's a whole nother conversation within the arts. But when I'm speaking to them in terms of digital tools, that's how I approach it. You know, your tablet can be just like a paintbrush and canvas, or collage materials, or sculpting, or whatever. Like treating it that way, and maintaining some kind of originality and artistic sort of integrity as you're working on something, that helps you create as well. Mm-hmm. And I have some dynamite kids who are very talented, and they choose to do digital paintings more often, but they can put a pen to paper too, you know.
Yeah, nice.
The balance thing is what I hope I can pass to my daughter, and I'm sure the guys up here that have kids are thinking the same thing. You know, it's like if you can teach them how to use it as a tool, you know, you don't always use the same tool all the time for 8 hours a day.
Indeed.
You know, unless it's your job, but outside of your job, you know, like try to find a way to, you know, my daughter puts Lego sets together like no other. She's better at it than I am.
And that's something,
you know, and she has a trampoline in the backyard, and we have a pond with a bunch of critters in it. And I mean, that balance is important. I know we're off the side of it there, but I think, you know, trying to offer that to my students too is like, hey, you know, find some kind, you know, this ain't your thing. Okay, well, still grab a pencil or charcoal or something. Let's make something, and then, you know, have that experience. You know, broaden that sort of idea of what you could use to make an artwork. You know,
your classroom sounds like a great place.
I hope so.
Yeah,
some kids probably disagree.
Nah,
you know.
I bet not.
All of my colleagues, we have 5 visual arts teachers, and they all create a space for those kids to come in and find their artistic voice and, you know, really work. I mean, it's not all rainbows and candy bars. I don't know, you know, like it's, you know, there's some difficult moments. I mean, it's teaching, you know, but when the kids have that space, you know, it's offered there. It's there for them to come in and feel like they can be themselves.
So you've done some painting. You're not actively painting at the moment, but you're thinking about getting back to it. I wonder if you could draw any comparisons when you think about the times when you were painting. Did you ever look at work that you've done and sit and sort of stare at it and say there's something missing? I feel like I feel like this is not going to be done until I find that something that it's missing. Can you draw comparisons to that experience and the experience of you know, working on a song and getting to the end of that song?
It's one-to-one.
Yeah.
I write music visually. And I've talked to a lot of, like, my buddy Abe Partridge. He's a killer folk artist and also a songwriter from Mobile, Alabama. And I've chatted with him and a couple other people. Jack Browning's a guy from the UK that is an incredible portrait artist and great songwriter. And I mean, I could go on and on. It's kind of funny that over the years of playing music, I've met a bunch of visual artists who are also songwriters, musicians, and we share a lot of things in common, and we very much write melody and visually seeing kind of how it unfolds, like the story as we're telling it. So I see it in the same way. Like you know, you hate most of your paintings when you're painting, and when you're songwriting, you probably dislike more than you like. Occasionally fall in love with one, you know. But I got these guys up here, man, that when they're on the record and stuff, like it makes it less painful to listen back to my own voice, because the production of the songs and the instrumentation and how we woodshed and build the songs together, you know, after they're written, it does a lot. And I think I can appreciate this record tenfold compared to my first effort, you know. And I feel that way with visual art as well.
Yeah. This is something I have a hunch you've probably thought about, but I'd like for you to think about it again. What does, and this is maybe for Seth too, he may want to step up to the mic and say something.
Please do.
What does, I want to know, what does cello mean in your music?
Well, for me, it's my favorite instrument. And when I was in undergrad at UK, I was a house manager at the Singletary Center. So I got a lot of orchestra and brass and percussion music. I got all kinds of music that came through there the few years I worked there. But cello always sit with me. It's just the register and how it can go from beautiful to dark to all these different things. But I hadn't had a personal connection. And our mutual friend, Derek Spencer, introduced us to one another. And I'd asked Seth if he wanted to jam, and then I bought him a couple shots of tequila and then
Oh, easy.
tricked him into hanging out and jamming with me.
And how long have you all played together? How long have you played together with Eric, Seth?
I don't know. I mean, it feels like it's coming up on a decade.
Oh, sorry. I think we'll have to, if you don't mind, Seth, would you mind just stepping up to Eric's mic? Would that be okay? That'd be too complicated?
I've done enough talking.
No. I don't want to miss out on what you're saying there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think Eric and I don't know, I feel like we've been playing for about a decade, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, Lexington music scene, there's a lot of great songwriters here, and mutual friends introduced Eric and I. But yeah, it's been a great journey lending cello to his songs. Cello is a very lyrical instrument in itself. You know, it sort of exists in that human voice range.
yeah.
So
right.
so just being able to work with songwriters is something that brings me a lot of joy and interest, and draw from, you know, the emotion from their voice and their lyrics, and just kind of package it all together, and, you know, bring it up another level, and add that layer to it.
Yeah. Do you feel like the themes, and Eric draws upon a lot of real
Sad songs.
real life
Yeah.
stuff. Well, or yeah. I know you're kind of joking, but I mean, it's real. They're real songs. I mean, it's stuff about real life.
Yeah.
The joy and the sorrow that we all experience day to day. And is it working with an artist who explores those kinds of things exciting for you as a musician who plays such an expressive instrument?
Yeah, I think that's where I want to exist, as a cello player, creating new pieces that are grounded in realistic styles there. You think of a lot of famous, notable cello pieces, and they're all very, they have a lot of gravity to them. So working with songwriters and lyrics that have that same heft brings it all together.
Yeah.
Is that a fat joke?
Yeah, thanks, Seth. Thanks, Seth. Yeah, I appreciate it. So our guest this evening on Red Barn is Eric Bolander. He's here with cellist Seth Murphy, John Ferguson on keys, Josh Thompson on bass, and Ben Caldwell on drums. Let's get back to some more music with Eric Bolander.
Yeah, thanks so much. We mentioned where I grew up, and I do write a lot of sad songs. I get it, guys. I get it. But this is an older song, and I wanted to write a song that captured the pleasant moments that you have growing up in a rural area, and where you have to make things up as you go to find something fun to do together. Hopefully not too ornery, but just ornery enough, And that's kind of where me and my buddies lived when we were teenagers, And I wanted to write something that was a dedication to that feeling of being in the summer and going fishing, or just having that support group without, back then we didn't call it a support group, but it was what it was, And this song's called Montgomery Hill. Wasn't just to pass the time, summer days we spent along the ridge on the county line, up there with a whiz from in. Days got longer, my minds were free. Leaned on my shoulder, wheel drop hill, sun can be seen on Montgomery Hill, where we laughed you'll do just fine. Hit the road up to Beckley, boarded on my first flight. The screams and the sweat ran down my spine. With no regret, home was always on my mind. On Montgomery Hill, where we lost ourselves. On Montgomery Hill, said myself, take me way back when. Montgomery Hill, where we lost ourselves. On Montgomery Hill, said myself, take me way back. On Montgomery Hill, where we lost ourselves. On Montgomery Hill, said myself, take me way back when. Montgomery Hill, Montgomery Hill. Pour myself another glass of bourbon and try to wash away all this hurting. The things that cross my mind for certain, all the memories left behind that old curtain. Will it go down the smooth as the one thing I thought I'd never lose? It seems so far from ending, I can't keep pretending that it's you. Oh no. Will it grow into a habit? Something I don't need, but I gotta have it. Why can't we just pretend that this thing won't ever end? But it's through. No, it's through. No, it's through. Travel down a long, lonesome highway, see the same old signs every other day. My favorite stop really isn't on my way. Think I'll swing on by for a drink anyway. Will it go down smooth as the one thing I thought I'd never lose? It seems so far from ending, I can't keep pretending something I don't need, but I gotta have it. Why can't we just pretend that this thing won't ever end? But it's through. No, it's through. No, it's through. My dad came up a lot in the conversation, not intentionally because we're playing this song, but this is the first track on the newest record, and we re-recorded it. We had put it out before, but I hadn't had my guys at that point, and I really wanted to re-record it as we'd been playing it live for a long time, and I loved how we did it, and it just took on a little bit of a more of a meaning to me, you know. But it was just about my dad working hard, and it just always seemed like he was going uphill both ways a lot, you know. This goes out to him. Cool. Do it right. Sunday, I gotta go and get paid, gotta make sure I get my fill. I think I'm swimming one day and drowning by Friday, need once more to find my thrill. Oh, well, you're damned if you do, damned if you do it right.
right. Well, there are many people to thank for our broadcast tonight. First, Eric Bolander, our guest on the program. We want to thank all of you for listening to our webcast, watching us on social media, and those listening to us on our growing network of Red Barn stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, Central and Eastern Kentucky's radio news leader. You can listen online at WEKU.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, you got to be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Hey, and remember, check out that merch link, will you please? Merch, merch, merch. Before we close out the program, let's bring back Eric Bolander for one more tune.
Thanks so much for having us again.
Hey, what fun.
Mr. Josh Thompson on the bass over here. Also an incredible songwriter. Check him out.
All right.
And we know Seth Cello Murphy, Ben Caldwell on the drums and backing vocals, John Fergus Fresh, Big Fresh, Ferguson on the keys and backing vocals. Thanks, guys, for having us. The song's called The Wind. Why don't the wind blow me away? Why don't the wind blow me down? And tried and tested and see it's a day. Know if I'm rested, I'm here to stay. Why don't the wind blow me away? Why don't the wind blow me down? I can't see past all the trees. Why don't this wind blow me away? Oh, blow me away. Away. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Well, that is all for our show for this week. Remember, you can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. And remember, folks, your comments, your sharing, and certainly your choice to subscribe to our newsletter matters so much to us, keeps us growing and continuing our mission to bring roots music Southern style to your neck of the woods and beyond. And now we bid you good night. Let's stick together, let's appreciate each other, and let's join up again for another great evening of music and conversation next week on Red Barn Radio. I'm Bradford Becker. See you soon.